we have a huge issue going on right now. Is RAM is getting more and more expensive as we see companies maneuvering out of the RAM marketplace. We are seeing that different businesses, we have three right now. You have Samsung, you have SK Hynix, and then you have Micron. And the big issue, though, is that Micron is now maneuvering out of the RAM industry and maneuvering into helping their clientele with LLMs and varying other AI resources. So this is changing and creating some constraints maneuvering forward for the RAM industry. And what do we see here? We're seeing more than a doubling in the pricing of RAM. And this is very significant as we compete moving forward, because as you all have seen on your Elite Edge node dashboards, that VRAM and RAM itself is a piece of this component of the edge nodes. And all of these pieces work together in sync going forward. So as these costs possibly get more and more expensive, as these businesses start focusing and create bottlenecks within the industry, we're going to see possible price increases across the board for the underlying components. We had in previous saw that things were getting very deflationary with computer components. I think we have hit a possible tipping point where prices have been flat and relatively flat, but as the war rages on between nations, we're going to see more and more possible price increases, which is then going to enable why the edge node and the Theta Edge Cloud exists, because each one of these is existing hardware that does not need to be produced and then can be utilized and shared with other users. So that is why it is so important to start locking in and locking up as much TFUEL as possible. Not financial advice, of course, but because these resources could become more and more expensive as the war between resources, China, and the US rages on. So by putting yourself in this position, you are basically creating a placeholder for this future environment where possibly prices are much higher and people are not able to acquire these items or be able to set up edge nodes in the same manner that they were through the 2015 to 2025 season, where prices were pretty flat, I would say.